Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Since yesterday I didn't record the video for you. Today I have more news and I hope you stay with me all the way to the end of this video. But before I start, I want to say two things. First one is I have this vision that when I will be in Moscow, which is very soon, from February 14th until March 6th, the 6th, yeah? I would love to celebrate 100,000 subscribers. And those of you who are watching me now and you keep on returning to my channel, which is about 32% of you, the statistic shows, I would very much appreciate if you subscribe, because it means a lot, you know, and it's free of charge. And since you are watching already, that means you must be interested in something. So here is another topic that is not related to the news. Maybe I will put the timestamp under this video, and that is sometimes I get very negative, you know, based on jealousy comments, and people say, oh, all this travel and the fur coats. So talking about the fur coat, because many of you were actually asking nicely, what is this brand? I will tell you, I'm not sponsored by any brand. Maybe one day I will be, and I don't really shop a lot in that place. I purchased this coat in Zara. This is not real fur, and it was the last piece, actually not even in my size, but I loved it so much that I decided to buy it. This was in Warsaw and I was picking up my tourist visa to Russia, and I think it's perfect coat for Russia, and that's why I bought it. And the price point is about $160, something like this. It's $180, about this price. So completely not related to important topics. However, fashion is also important to some extent. Let's now talk about what's been happening. Well, oh well, we had Biden, or whatever that being is, commenting. He was asked by the journalist, maybe you've seen this video, it was outside White House, and he looked like, you know, Kool and the Gang, I mean, and he was asked what does he think about the change in power in Poland, and whatever that being is or creature is, he answered, I'm sure completely not aware even of the question. He said, I think it's very good. So because he said those words, and I really, with all honesty, I don't even think, first of all, he remembers where Poland is located. Secondly, he didn't even understand the question. And third of all, he was like, whatever, it's very good. That's what he believes. So now we have our Polish Prime Minister, new/old Polish Prime Minister. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go down, guys. Right there. You see this lake? This is a very cool area here. Okay, so Tusk responded to those words, and he said, you know how satisfied I was when I saw President Joe Biden saying that it is very good that the government in Poland has changed. A satisfaction that does not come from the fact that I am hungry for such compliments. Cooperation with the United States is very important to us. So this is how he responded. You know, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna attach a video below this video in the description box, on which you can just watch a press conference with Tusk. And even if you don't understand Polish language, which I'm sure majority of you does not, it's actually one of the hardest languages to learn, Polish language, so I give myself a credit, but born with this. So watch his body language, watch his face, and you will see, and you can turn on the translation in English, of course, but just watch it and you will see a lot how genuine that person is. But what happened is this. There is more information here about his approach, what's coming, and there is a statement that he made just yesterday during the press conference that I will use for the title of this video. Let's continue first with his description of cooperation with other countries. So, our cooperation with the European Commission is progressing very harmoniously. That's what Tusk said. I do not see any risks when it comes to KPO. This is the money / loan that European Union is giving Poland. So what was it? I do not see any risks when it comes to KPO. He assured at this press conference. The Polish government also enjoys full trust from other strategic partners. Everyone realizes, Tusk continued, that we are doing everything in our power to restore the rule of law in Poland, including the situation of, flipping my page, judiciary system, he noted. Okay, now I'm going to the key point of the speech, the press conference, because mind-blowing, okay? Yesterday's meeting, this was a meeting between the Prime Minister of Poland, so between Tusk and President of Poland, Andrzej Duda. So they met yesterday, and that meeting showed, as this article says, that it is difficult to count on harmonious cohabitation of representatives of such conflicted party groups, which is the Law and Justice Party, and those forming the current ruling coalition with Tusk at the forefront. Now, here are the key words from that conference. But before that, I want to show you, I just found this building recently and I just love it. Beautiful building here. Anyway, continue. This is how I record my videos. What Tusk said. Tusk said, describing this very important meeting between Polish President and Prime Minister and himself, I am translating exactly from his words that he said. During the conversation, we also touched on the internal situation. So, what's going on in Poland? I told Mr. President that regardless of the fact that we have different views on, for example, the rule of law, for me, now listen to this, the terror like Zorro, terror of the rule of law is one of the most important principles that I want to follow. I repeat again, and I know Zorro was not terrorist, okay? Maybe this will trigger now the word YouTube, who knows? Zorro was another story. Terror of the rule of law is one of the most important principles that I want to follow. Okay? He wants to follow this principle. His principle is terror of the rule of law. And someone has commented, okay, this is like, guys, I went under this video, this press conference, and people started to put, you know, comments. And someone said this, terror of the rule of law? How absurd. The rule of law is the law. Terror is lawless. Yeah, so this is the situation right now. We will have terrorists. I mean, if someone is implementing terror, that means he's a terrorist, no? Please respond to my words down with your comments down below. And what else I have for you guys? Oh yes, we have the reptiles, reptilians. Something looks like a human, but maybe it's not. Meeting at Davos, because they have a lot of very important things to discuss. And today, what we have Tuesday, yes, so today, actually, today, Polish President Andrzej Duda is going to attend that very important for them meeting. But what I'm gonna do, I think I have to put the gloves on me now because it's really, really cold. So, what they are meeting about this time? Okay, I tell you what they are meeting about if you don't know. They are meeting about 3 key points here. 3 key points for the Davos meeting are, one sec. One I know is artificial intelligence. Yes, okay, so they break it down like this. Dovish pivots, geopolitical pressure and AI. So, in a nutshell, they are meeting to discuss less humans, which means only artificial intelligence, and then the CBDC for sure, and then what else? And then we have the geopolitical pressure, which means more wars. So, more wars, less people, and full control of the monetary systems. So when they're gonna do the cyber attack, you remember when Klaus was talking about it a while ago? Imagine the whole world will have this event, right? It was something like that. Sorry guys, I'm like now paraphrasing everything and free-flowing because I'm trying to put the glove on my hand, holding the phone with the other hand, but I'm gonna accomplish this somehow. So, Davos meeting. Before I give you other news, yes, perfect, yes, mission accomplished. Okay, so, you know, I was thinking about Davos. You know what they stand for here? Let me read you. What is the main goal of the World Economic Forum? Improving the state of the world, engaging business, political, academic and other labors of society to shape global, regional and industry agendas. And the core values of the World Economic Forum are professionalism, integrity and ethics. I mean, especially the last two. Integrity, this is actually a word that means a lot to me in my life personally, because there is very, very small chance that you find many people with integrity in your life. It's very hard to find those people, even though sometimes you think they have integrity, but then it just takes some time, you realize they actually haven't, because, you know, they wear a mask, or they play games, or they, you know, do some mind games, and you think they have integrity. You know what I'm talking about. And ethics, that's another thing. So time always shows you, and this is like a gang to me. It's actually, you know what I think about this World Economic Forum now? It's like, imagine you have a school, and you have this group at school of those like born rich kids, wealthy kids, and they gathered, right? And they are like, yeah, this is the coolest thing. And then they recruit sometimes those who don't come from like wealthy families. So they are kind of like underdogs, but they still get in, yeah? And they keep on playing like they are the coolest. And then you have some people who are very quiet on the side, who just keep on doing their thing, working on other stuff, very underestimated. And it comes a moment in time when those people who were not so showing off and who were not so important, they're actually those who rise to the top and who make those changes. Because the law of physics, what goes up must come down. This is a different video, but I hope you're okay with this. Now, what else I have for you is news from Russia, everybody. And this is about the elections that are gonna take place in March, presidential elections. Where do I have this? Let's see. It's about coming elections in Russia, because in March this year, 2024, we will have those elections, and from January 12th, which is a few days ago, over 1.8 million voter signatures have been gathered in support of Putin's self-nomination for president. I'm sure it's more now, but on January 12th, 4 days ago, he had 1.8 million voter signatures already. The nominees of parties are not represented in parliament, must gather at least 100,000 voter signatures to be formally registered as candidates. And Russia will hold its presidential elections on March 17th, with voting taking place over 3 days, which is between March 15th and 17th. And I will not be there in this time. I will be, well, who knows, you know, maybe something will happen. But at this point it's not planned for me to be there. And now is sad news. This will be the last news I have for you today. And this is the number of journalists that have been killed in Gaza since the beginning of escalation of the conflict. This is from January 15th. This is from yesterday. I hope this number is not higher, but you know, with what's going on in Gaza, beyond heartbreaking. Cairo, January 15 reports the number of journalists killed in the line of duty in the Gaza Strip since the escalation between Israel and the Palestinian Hamas movement, that's what it says here from TASS, is closing on 120. 120 people, journalists, have been killed in the conflict there. You know, when you look at this, you feel like this must be such an act of desperation from one war to another, as they are creating more and more. And like I'm saying, like I reported to you in the last video before this one, unfortunately, I think the Baltic countries, including Poland, will be the next region they definitely want to pull into this level of sacrifice, their practices. But that's all I have for you today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching my videos, for liking, sharing, subscribing. I love the bells. Wherever I go, I often have bells. I love it. Thank you for joining me on Locals, supporting me there. Thank you for following me on Instagram. You can also now follow me on Rumble. Like I said, mailing lists. Yeah, that's about it. All the links to articles that I have just read you'll find down below this video in the description box. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Make sure you are healthy, mentally and physically. Lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. Bye everyone.